Well, the Fortnite storyline just got a lot more interesting. Time travel's involved, and the key to our future might just lie in the past. Welcome to Bzeebs Theory, the channel that definitely didn't just go back in time and steal an old game theory video intro. With the most wonderful time of the year finally here. No, not that time of the year. I mean this time of the year. Fortnitemares! The update dropped Tuesday, and if you haven't seen all the lore that dropped, man are you missing out. At Eclipse Estate, the time machine room has been opened, and if you have a keen eye, you might have noticed the date has changed from the trailer we saw at the beginning of the season. July 12th, 2018. And sure, someone probably loaded up the game and thought Epic was celebrating their birthday with an Easter egg, but that date has a little more significance in Fortnite history. Season 5, Worlds Collide. The first of many controversial seasons that Fortnite would put out. But loophole aside, this was a very important time in the Fortnite storyline. The story was starting to establish itself, as 12 days earlier, a mysterious rocket piloted by the Visitor flew across the Fortnite island, creating a giant rift in the sky, which ultimately led to a lot of other events that led us to where we are today. Before I get more in depth about the rocket event, we are going back. Something about Kado's time machine malfunctioning, I don't know. Or do I? You see, when I heard that we were going back, I remembered something that the most influential character of the Fortnite storyline, Optimus Prime, once said.
The key to your future lies in the past.
And so, that's exactly where I went. Back to the past. I looked over every trailer, every live event, every single little detail. And wouldn't you know it, I found some unanswered anomalies. But with that out of the way, sit back, relax, and let's travel back to a simpler time. Fortnite Chapter 1. The first trailer I looked back on was Season 6, Darkness Rises. And wouldn't you know it, I found something. I'll let my past me explain it. Okay guys, so I started to view the Season 6 trailer and I noticed this. Yeah, so everyone knows how the rest of the trailer goes. But that first part of the clip was interesting to me. Because if you look at Sunstrider's face, there's this blue flash of light for a second, and then she goes to Suntan Specialist, and she's like, well, what's that? And he's like, I don't know. What if that's Kado's time machine? What if that's them visiting the first day of Season 6? Now, I have spoken with a few different people who have argued about it being the cube or the 0 point, but there's a few flaws with that. One, the cube emitted purple lightning, not blue. And two, the 0 point is buried deep below Loot Lake. But what does this all have to do with Kado Thorne? Well, Kado's a collector. He wants to have everything interesting in his collection, from any time, so he uses the time machine to go back and steal valuable items to add to his collection. But it wasn't always this way. Kado's been around for a long time, but he started his collection small, with items such as bouncers, drum guns, tac SMGs, grapplers, things in the everyday loot pool. He even took a plane, which is crazy to say out loud. But he needed a place to store these items, a place so secure that besides a device, would take multiple rituals and floating ruins just to be able to open. His vault was perfect and secure. And best of all, it had easy access to the 0 point and went undetected. Until the Ice King arrived. With the Ice King came a powerful new weapon, the Infinity Blade. A weapon so powerful that only one person was able to wield it at a time. Kado was power hungry. He needed to have it in his collection. So, he stole it. He added it to his vault, and he was happy. For now.
But the IO was onto him. A giant powerful sword doesn't just get stolen out of thin air and go unnoticed. With the new intel, the IO is ready to raid Kado's vault. They found the ruins and connected them to the vault. With the help of loopers and only a few of his prized possessions on display, they were able to help steal back an item, but only one item. Then the vault sent them back to the island. I told you guys this was far-fetched, but how could I possibly know that the vault was Kado's? What led me to this crazy conclusion? Well, for one thing, it's what happens after the vault, the volcano event. The air is full of ash and smoke, which gives the moon a red tint. Now, where else have we seen a red moon before? Anyways, moving on. Going back even further, Season 4 introduced us to the Seven, who wanted to free the loop. The issue is, the Seven doesn't know where the 0 point is. They know it's below the island, but not the exact location. The Seven receives some intel that it is near the center of the map, so they decide to try and harass as close as possible to reveal the 0 point. Unfortunately, they were wrong, and ripped to Dusty and factories. But they did discover little fragments of the 0 point, hop rocks. These hop rocks were scraps from the 0 point itself, so the Seven knew it was nearby. The Seven notices an influx of hop rocks near Tilted, and assumes the 0 point is under Tilted. Their plan is simple: crash the rocket and blow up Tilted to reveal the 0 point. Everything is set, and the rocket event starts. The rocket flies up high before lining up its target, Tilted Towers. As it accelerates, something goes wrong. A giant rift appears and engulfs the rocket, sending it flying around the island and through space and time. Eventually, the rocket speeds up and creates a giant rift in the sky, before returning back to the Seven. Take a deep breath, everyone. This is a lot to take in, even for a theory, but let me back it up a bit. In Season X, we see the rocket fill a similar sequence when it lines up on its target, the 0 point, and hits. No rift spawned to stop it, so what happened? My theory is Kado uses the time machine to collect more items. However, the more Kado uses the time machine, the more reality destabilizes. This leads to random rifts spawning throughout time, such as during the event. Now, the way I know that the rocket went through space and time is during the Season X trailer. We see the rocket going through space before hopping back into another rift. Now, are you guys ready for the craziest theory of them all? This is what happens when you let me cook. Here it is.
We already helped Kado on one of his heists before he was revealed in Chapter 4. The time machine is taking us back to the first day of Season 5. But you know what else happened during Season 5? The Getaway event. The Getaway event introduced us to new items like the Grappler and the Wildcard skins, who just so happened to have to deal with Kado Thorne. My theory is that when Kado travels back to Chapter 1 Season 5 to steal the llama, he takes the wildcards with him, but in the process, they get stuck in the loop.
So yeah, I've gone mad. But what could you expect from someone who's been following the FNAF lore for the past 8 years? But in all seriousness, if you made it this far, I hope I was able to entertain you with my theories, even if they aren't true. That's the fun part about all this. At the end of the day, it's just a theory. A game Wait, that's a trademarked phrase.
That's just a theory. A Bzeebs theory. Thanks for watching.